Well, good evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Grant Olson is away tonight. I'm Jefferson Robbins. There's a lot of news today, but before we get to it, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. We got a sunny but slightly gusty picture today, a pleasant day for a walk, as long as you could hold on to your hat. You can see from our local Tel Sky-Fi camera based at Omi Gardens, there's quite a bit of turbulence up at that altitude. The clouds and the rain that persisted into Monday after this weekend have faded away, but the National Weather Service blessed us with a wind advisory. Wind speed was measured at Pangbourne Memorial Airport in a range anywhere from 25 miles an hour to gusts up to 33 miles per hour. But at least the sun felt pretty nice. Eric Granstrom will be along later with the full weather picture, plus everything you could ever want to know about NCW sports. But for right now, here's a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Friends and family of a Moses Lake woman are hoping for the best after she did not return from a North Cascades hike. A new tax could mean a new jail for overburdened police and corrections officers in Grant County, and Washington's education chief made a visit today to Wenatchee Valley schools. First, we begin tonight near Brewster, where police are investigating a fatal head-on crash as a case of vehicular homicide. Traffic was detoured around the scene of the wreck, which happened about 9:30 this morning on U.S. Highway 97 at 17th Street, located about 5 miles north of the town of Brewster. Washington State Patrol Trooper John Bryant says the accident was caused by an impaired driver.
Two cars, head-on collision. A northbound lane was blocked. One individual was trapped in a vehicle that had rolled over, and aid got to the scene. One of the drivers did unfortunately expire at the scene.
Now, that crash, as mentioned, did leave one lane blocked for most of the morning. The name of the deceased person and the suspect driver have not yet been released. Well, the Moses Lake woman is missing and believed to have taken shelter from the storm during a wilderness hike in Skagit County. Rachel Lakotic is 28 years old and hasn't been seen since Thursday when she hiked toward Hidden Lakes Lookout in the North Cascades National Park on what was supposed to be a 7-mile overnight trip. Bad weather set in and local search and rescue agencies have not been able to reach the lookout cabin, which sits at 6,800 feet of elevation. More efforts, including helicopter searches, are planned as weather allows. Rachel's family holds out hope that she's safe inside that lookout cabin. Now, voters in Grant County will decide in the November election on a 0.3% law and justice sales tax. The county would get 60% of the money collected, with the rest distributed to cities. For the county, the plan is to build a new jail to deal with overcrowding at its current facility. With $3.3 to $3.6 million collected each year from the sales tax, the county hopes to build a $60 million jail in Ephrata with 20 to 30-year bond repayments. Well, Washington residents can dispose of unused medications throughout the state as part of a federal drug take-back effort this weekend. The Drug Enforcement Administration wants to collect prescription and over-the-counter medications so they can't be lost or misused. Saturday is the official day for the take-back event, but many sites do offer drug drop-off services year-round. In the Wenatchee Valley, those take-back locations are Central Washington Hospital and the Wenatchee Valley Clinic, Washington Valley Pharmacy in East Wenatchee, Doanes Valley Pharmacy in Cashmere, and Cascade Medical Center in Leavenworth. Well, this morning, State Superintendent Chris Reichdahl was in Wenatchee, where he was immersed in the dual language program at Lewis and Clark Elementary. In Wenatchee's dual language classrooms, half the day is taught in English and half the day taught in Spanish. At Lewis and Clark, students who speak English at home and students who speak Spanish at home are in the same reading class. Reichdahl said Wenatchee is blazing the path that other districts around the state are trying to figure out. Reichdahl says his vision for Washington's education is to have all students learning a second language beginning in kindergarten, if not earlier. Well, coming up next, the Chelan PUD looks at ways to fireproof its electrical infrastructure. And Wenatchee Valley College starts the long process of constructing a new flagship building. I'm Jefferson Robbins. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
Being able to support yourself and your family is an important part of who we are. We all need to know we're able to provide ourselves with a secure future. Some job seekers have a harder time finding work. That's why Goodwill's Employment Connection Center is here, a free walk-in job search assistance program designed to help people find work. When you shop at or donate to Goodwill, you're really being a job creator, and that's a good thing for everyone's future. Goodwill, there's more behind the store.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating has been serving North Central Washington for 34 years. Arctic provides the finest heating and cooling air quality products for residential and commercial customers, along with prompt and professional customer service. Arctic also offers specialty services like custom sheet metal fabrication of ductwork, coil cleaning, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Arctic is available for emergency calls 24/7. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
Are the rumors true, Corey?
Yes, they are, and you're going to love what we're doing at Sangster Buick GMC. Hi, Corey Sangster with a special offer. $49 down delivers. At Sangster Buick GMC, just $49 down and you're driving the vehicle of your dreams. Save thousands with below-market financing during our year-end closeout. Yes, the rumors are true. Just $49 down delivers. Choose your vehicle and compare equipment, price, and warranty at Sangster Buick GMC or online at sangstermotors.com. Where caring about your family brings you back to ours.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In for Grant Olson, I'm Jefferson Robbins. Well, making Chelan County's electrical grid more resilient in the face of future wildfires is not going to mean planned rolling blackouts such as California has been experiencing lately. NCWLIFE's reporter Steve Hare reports.
PUD officials say mitigating the impacts of brush fires and extreme weather here is an ongoing process.
Where we are right now at Chelan PUD with our fire response mitigation, we're not doing public safety power shutoff right now, and there's really no plan to do so. We've had some questions from customers on that. Currently, what we are doing, and this isn't everything, but we do have extensive models of all of our transmission lines to be designed in accordance with the National Electric Safety Code. This seems to make sense, and maybe it's kind of a duh. They should be designed that way, but it took a lot of work to get all the models in place, all the LiDAR, the flights with the helicopters, et cetera, and that extensive modeling.
Transmission Engineering Manager Steve Wickel provided PUD commissioners this week with an update on projects in the works to harden the transmission system against fires and weather. The work involving replacing or rerouting some electric lines is included in the PUD's current work plan for 2020. The PUD has identified areas that are considered most at risk from wildfires, including the Chelan, Manson, and Wapato areas, as well as the lines extending from Chelan Falls to Union Valley. PUD staff will be doing community outreach with affected property owners to coordinate design specifics starting next month. Steve Hare, NCWLIFE News.
Well, Wenatchee Valley College will break ground next Tuesday on its $37 million Wells Hall replacement building. The groundbreaking ceremony will be at 5 p.m. with a reception afterwards in the Music and Arts Center. Construction of the new 70,000 square foot building will begin next month and is expected to be completed in the fall of 2021. In addition to classrooms, the building will house the Chelan County Emergency Operations Center and a conference center available for public use. Demolition of the old Wells Hall will begin November 4th. Well, next week, the state will begin the process of requiring that all non-residential commercial buildings that are over 50,000 square feet meet new energy efficiency standards. The so-called Clean Buildings Law is designed to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from existing buildings. On October 30th at 2 p.m., the State Department of Commerce will hold a webinar to explain how that process will work. They'll then hold in-person meetings in November and December. The standards they come up with will be voluntary until 2026, when they'll become mandatory. Building owners will be offered incentives to help them meet the requirements. Now, you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, we sit down with a Dryden woman who was on the front lines of Wenatchee's polio outbreak. That and more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Some jobs are a calling. They call on something higher, something deeper, and a commitment to country that never dies. At Gisa Credit Union, we help you support local veterans. With every purchase you make with a Gisa Local Heroes Affinity debit card, we make a donation to select veterans organizations. After all, we can never repay them, but we can do our best to help a little with the Gisa Veterans Affinity debit card.
Only one dealership in Wenatchee has Motor Trend's SUV of the Year and Truck of the Year. That's right, Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram has the all-new Jeep Wrangler and the all-new Ram 1500 pickup. Or get the best of both worlds in the new Jeep Gladiator. Visit Town Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram today for more information on these award winners and see why there's no reason to leave town to buy your next vehicle.
So Pam, how's your mom doing?
She's okay. She's struggling. She'd like to stay in her house, and it's getting harder for her to do the daily chores.
What kinds of problems is she having?
Just basic house cleaning, you know, taking care of her house, yard work, taking care of her medicine.
Mm-hmm. It does sound exhausting.
It is very exhausting, and I always worry about her.
Aging in Adult Care can assist you or your loved one to remain comfortably and safely in their own home. Contact them today to start the conversation.
People are really skeptical of our industry. They have been sold products, they have been sold policies they either don't need, don't understand, confusing. I understand that. We are more about the process and the people. Our SFG roadmap is designed to take care of all of those concerns. For those that have questions about their retirement, we would love the opportunity to sit down and chat with you.
And welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Eric Granstrom. When polio swept through the Wenatchee Valley starting in 1952, one Dryden woman was a fighter on the front lines. NCWLIFE's Caitlin Hedersheet and Jefferson Robbins visited with her and learned she's still active in the fight today.
Well, I'm being interviewed right now, and I'm kind of busy.
At 91 years old, and despite a broken leg, Carmen Bossenbrock lives a productive life, overseeing her family's longtime pear orchard near Dryden and carrying on a battle she started more than 60 years ago.
I never counted. I never checked in or out. I just worked. Sometimes I stayed overnight while pushing 2 treatment tables together. And it was a busy time.
When patients stricken with polio began flooding into Wenatchee's old Deaconess Hospital in 1952, Carmen was the only thing standing between them and paralysis. For 2 years in the thick of the epidemic, she was the only licensed physical therapist practicing anywhere in north central Washington.
My license number is 134. 134. And I'm sure it's over 12,000 now.
She worked as a physical therapist until 1992, but her experience in the 1952 outbreak and a subsequent epidemic in the early 1960s have stuck with her. She was one of the first women members of the Wenatchee Rotary and remains passionate about eradicating the disease.
Carmen might be with us for the next decade, because I don't think she's planned to go anywhere until polio is eradicated. She sent me notes saying, we've got to get a lid on it. We've got to end it. She's been a great donor. She's always been on our polio committee and worked tirelessly on, now later in her life, on the fundraising in the back end.
Wenatchee Rotary Clubs will be out in front of KPQ Radio on Thursday for World Polio Day, collecting donations for international vaccine programs. Like her fellow Rotarians, Carmen Bossenbrock hopes you'll give what you can.
We don't ever want another epidemic. We have to keep up until it's completely eradicated in the world.
With Caitlin Hedersheet, I'm Jefferson Robbins, NCWLIFE.
Great story about Mrs. Bossenbrock. How about that? Well, as we take a look outside our weather window here today, thanks to the folks at Sky-Fi Wireless Network from Localtel, looks gorgeous. Not great to be out in, however, especially if you're trying to hold down the fort with lots of wind today. We got a gust in the noon hour up to 31 miles an hour at Pangborn Memorial Airport, but this is about the only camera we can find today that wasn't shaking in the breeze on top of our towers. As you see Rocky Reach Dam here and the Columbia River snaking up towards north central Washington. Blue skies, sunshine, and warming temperatures as we get through the rest of the week, especially as we get towards Friday. Let's take a look at the almanac here today. We didn't quite get up to the expected high, but we did get up to 63 here at Pangbourne Memorial Airport today. Overnight last night, 39 was the low. Kind of vacillated back and forth between 39 and 41 several hours in the early morning hours this morning. Normal 57 is our high, so you can see that we're pretty warm today, especially compared to where we were just a couple of days ago. We're right on the money as far as the regular low, the normal low. Record high for today was set in 2003, 72 degrees. We could be looking at record temperatures on Friday. We'll tell you more about that coming up. 1984, the record low in that year, 27 chilly degrees. 84 must have been a bad year for the fruit industry. We had several record low temperatures back in that realm. We did get enough precipitation yesterday to measure it, 2/100 of an inch, giving us 6.39 inches of rainfall so far for the 2019 calendar year. Sun rose this morning at 7:29, setting tonight at 6 o'clock on the dot. Let's put things in motion here in our weather loop, and you can kind of see a little bit of that wind that came through earlier today. Should diminish after nightfall tonight, and then really not much wind expected here. There's some off the coast that's shooting in off of a system that's spinning in the Gulf of Alaska, but for the most part, the wind conditions for the rest of the week should be calm, should be fairly mild here for our area. Also, dry conditions. This is a look at the precipitation loop. We're going to see a little system that'll move down through by Friday night. I don't think it'll impact us here in the Wenatchee Valley or north central Washington, although it could bring some snow to the higher elevations, possibly to the pass levels by this weekend. As far as temperatures are concerned, very mild here. As we get through the rest of the work week, we're going to see the cold temperatures up in the mountains, but here in the lowlands here in eastern Washington, very warm. In fact, we'll talk about it in our forecast coming up, but upper 60s by Friday. And then the coming weekend, here comes that cold air mass again as it sinks down from British Columbia. Could get cold, especially in higher elevations by the end of the weekend. Cloud cover is concerned, not much to speak of. It's going to be very cloud-free. If you head west to the mountains, you're going to see some clouds, typical for western Washington this time of year. But for eastern Washington, mostly cloud-free until we get to about Friday night. There's going to be a system that's going to move through and maybe give us a little cloud cover Friday night, but I'm not expecting any precipitation. So let's take a look at our quick lube and tune forecast now. 39 for the low tonight, just where we were last night with mostly clear skies. Going to see a lot of stars out tonight. Might see some fog as you get ready to head to work in the morning. Might reduce visibility, so just keep that in mind as you head out to work tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to leave us with sunny skies. 58 for the high tomorrow. The winds are going to diminish tonight, by the way. Not much wind to speak of for the rest of the week. Nighttime lows are going to be warming up a tad into the 40s as we get through the rest of the week. Sunny and very mild as you see high temperatures warming up. We're going to get to 59 on Thursday, maybe. Look at that, 67 on Friday. Are you kidding me? Nighttime lows in the 40s. And then here comes another cold system. Not going to bring a lot of moisture with it, but it will bring some colder temperatures with highs in the 50s and lows getting down to below freezing by the end of the weekend and first part of next week. That's your forecast on the NCWLIFE channel. Stay right there. I'll be back with sports on the way next.
With 15,000 square feet to explore, you'll find something special at the Antique Mall at Cashmere. For the do-it-yourselfers and those with a keen eye for making something old fresh and new again, the Antique Mall at Cashmere is the place to come find your next project. From the coin enthusiasts to avid collectors, Antique Mall at Cashmere has treasures in every corner. Come find your treasure today. Antique Mall at Cashmere's friendly staff is here to help. Stop on by today.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Travel enhances your life in every way. Let the travel professionals at Journey Travel and Tours help you plan that dream vacation. Don't leave the important details to those nameless, faceless online agencies. At Journey Travel and Tours, our goal is to build relationships that last a lifetime. And when you do need help, we have a 24-hour helpline that is routed to one of the agents in our office. When you think travel, think Journey Travel and Tours. It's where your journey begins. Like us on Facebook, and you could be one of our monthly winners.
Are you watching me? If you're watching me and you are a business owner in North Central Washington, your potential customers could be seeing your TV commercial right now. With Solely on Broadcasting, TV advertising is effective and affordable. Place your ads on the network best suited to your potential customers, or get top-of-mind awareness with 16 cable networks, including NCWLIFE, your local TV channel. Give Solely on Broadcasting a call at 888-2020 today to see how easy and affordable it is to advertise on TV.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales.
Where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Tuesday to you. Game 1 of the World Series is tonight, where Houston hosts the Washington Nationals. It's the first time in history, as either Washington or their prior location in Montreal, that this franchise is qualified for the Fall Classic. Houston enters the World Series for its third time, the last being in 2017 when they beat the Dodgers in 7 games. The Nats are sending 11-game winner Max Scherzer to the mound against Houston's 20-game winner Garrett Cole. You can watch that game right now on Fox. Well, the Seahawks coaching staff constantly preaches the importance of possessing the ball, keeping it on offense and taking it away on defense. Neither of those keys went well in Sunday's 30-16 loss to the Baltimore Ravens, and Coach Pete Carroll is well aware.
You know, as you look at this game, you think it's all about the ball that they got, and their turnovers, we didn't get any. And a week ago, we get 4. This week, we get nothing, and it makes a huge difference, obviously, in the outcome. And the rest of this game was a really good, hard-fought game, both sides battling, just slugging it out, kind of like we wanted to do, and we thought it could go like that, and would be a game that might be a last possession type of game. And we had a chance to make it that way, at least that way, had we taken care of the football better. So the lessons couldn't be more obvious, and we couldn't be more clear about what we needed to do to change it. And so we're going right back to work. We're not going to spend any time on this game any more than we would otherwise. But I want to do a good job of putting it behind us and getting going. We got to go to Atlanta and finish up this first half of the season in best fashion that we can. So that's what we'll do.
The Ravens intercepted Russell Wilson and returned it over 60 yards for a touchdown, and later picked up a fumble from DK Metcalf, raced it 18 yards for a score. Carroll is quick to focus on the positive and move forward.
I thought what was impressive about it, and if anybody was wondering how that would affect, our offense or affect the quarterback, and we came right back with a really good drive and answered, went down the field and tied the game back up, and I think. So that's one statement of it. How did it affect you? And we weren't rattled by it at all, and we went back to business. But we know, deep seated, we know we got to get the football to match that turnover, and so we were after it. We were trying.
Meanwhile, Baltimore quarterback Lamar Jackson gouged Seattle's defense for 116 yards, as was only sacked once. That gives the Seahawks a total of 11 sacks through 7 games. That's 27th in the NFL. Carroll says he's not concerned about that.
Again, I think this is something you guys are going to worry about a lot more than I am. I really would love to get more sacks. We'd love to have more hits on the quarterback. Whenever, because that gives us the ball for the most part. But we're just going to keep battling away. I think now, if we're going to get better, it's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. I think the fact that Jay Reed's back out there should make a difference, and he played real hard and came out of the game healthy and all that. And being his first game this, in a month and a half, he'll get better and help us.
Seattle will head to Atlanta on Sunday to take on the Falcons, and former Seahawks defensive coordinator Dan Quinn, whose team is struggling at 1-6. That kickoff Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. Well, let's take a look at the prep scheduled for today. First of all, in girls soccer, Brewster is hosting Bridgeport, while Omak's in Chelan. It's Sela at Quincy, or make that Sela at Ephrata. Quincy hosts Prosser, and Wenatchee travels to Moses Lake. Cascade hosting Okanagan, and Eastmont and Sunnyside will play at Wildcat Stadium coming up at 7 o'clock in East Wenatchee. On the volleyball courts tonight, Etihad is hosting Pateros. Okanagan is in Leavenworth to face Cascade, while Chelan's at Omak. The 7 o'clock games feature Ephrata at Ellensburg, Quincy's at Sela, Eastmont's on the road at Sunnyside, and the Wenatchee Panthers host the Moses Lake Chiefs. We'll have the game live on the NCWLIFE channel with yours truly on the play-by-play pregame show begins tonight at 6:45. Action today, the Big Nine has its second meet of the season in Moses Lake at Blue Heron State Park at 3:30. That game, of course, already underway, and Cascade hosting Cashmere at Enchantment Park. Here's a quick reminder of what's coming up this week on the NCWLIFE channel as far as the world of sports is concerned. As we mentioned, we begin tonight with Moses Lake and Wenatchee volleyball for Wenatchee High School at 7 o'clock. Hockey night Thursday features Wenatchee and the West Kelowna Warriors at 7. Then Friday Night Lights features the Big Nine game of the week between Wenatchee and Sunnyside at 7. Both teams undefeated in the Big Nine. Now you see here that we are airing the West Valley Wenatchee soccer game Saturday at 1 o'clock. The game actually will be played Thursday night at 7. It was moved to Thursday because of a death of a student at West Valley High School. That funeral for the student is Saturday. Wenatchee Athletic Director Jim Beeson tells us all of the soccer games, C team, JV, varsity, has all been moved from Saturday to Thursday. It being homecoming week, kind of works out nicely for the dance. Actually worked out well as far as those planning to attend Saturday night's festivities. So again, for all of you parents and others planning to attend West Valley at Wenatchee Soccer Saturday, it's all been moved to Thursday. We're planning to broadcast Saturday's game live on the NCWLIFE channel, but we'll just record it Thursday night, air it in its original time slot, 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. Jefferson, back to you.
And thank you, Eric. Finally from us tonight, the Wenatchee Valley Chamber of Commerce has produced a voter's guide with information on every race in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. The online guide is available in both English and Spanish on the Chamber's website, wenatchee.org. The Chamber sent 3 questions to every candidate for every race in the upcoming election, from school board to sewer district races. Election day is Tuesday, November 5th. Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a check on what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Wednesday's show will have highlights from the big Wenatchee-Moses Lake volleyball match. We'll have that for you tomorrow morning. Also, we continue our series of profiles for Make a Difference Day project. We went out and visited the good folks at the Malaga Community Park. They'd like to see you on Saturday the 26th. Plus, everything you're used to, we will see you live 7 a.m. out of this very studio on Wednesday morning.
And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or on our website at ncwlife.com. Remember, though, if you see news happening, we would like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com. Give us a call, 888-6295. That's 888-NCWL. I'm Jefferson Robbins. Thanks for joining us. Please have a great night.
NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and Other Stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
If you want to work in IT, here's a tip. Employers value IT certifications. 91% say they play a key role in hiring. 72% require them for certain job openings. Improve your odds of getting the job. Enroll in the Computer Networking Systems program at Charter College. In 14 months, you could earn an associate degree and 6 IT certifications. Get started at chartercollege.edu/IT, where we work to get you to work.